It is the night before we attempt to get to the highest point in Africa. The team is camped on a rocky outcrop at Barafu camp, an eerily beautiful location over 4.5 kilometers above sea level. We are all tired, but the mood is one of hushed excitement as we near our goal.
So tomorrow's D-Day. After what feels honestly like a month of walking. It's the gradient, I think, that's the scary part. Because as a crow flies, we're 5 kilometers away from the peak. But we've got to gain, we have to gain a 4 kilometer in height, and it's going to be cold, like really, really cold. I've never been in sub-zero temperatures before. I think that's going to be the hardest part of this, dealing with the cold. My biggest fear is simple, it's not making it up there.
We emerge early from our tent to begin what is hopefully our last section of uphill trekking. The mountain kindly provides us with a spectacular dawn as a fitting backdrop to the final stage of our adventure. It's slow going on shifting scree, and we're all expecting the symptoms of altitude sickness to hit at any moment. But Simon, our guide, is cautiously optimistic.
Everyone seems having the spirit of moving forward, getting up toward the top. It's going to be a long day, and we are expecting that. Kilimanjaro, we all think of is a walkabout, but it's not a walkabout, it's the mountain. So people have to be very aware of the high altitude mountain. It can take a life very quickly.
Despite the fears, I can't help but think back to the first people and their guides who tried to climb this mountain. It is difficult enough with modern equipment and a well-trodden path. It's bewildering to consider the toughness and determination needed by the climbers on these slopes in the late 1800s. Plus, they were going into it blind. They didn't know what was up there. We're level with the Ramah Glacier, which means we're nearly at stellar point on the rim of Kibo's crater. Uhuru Peak, the highest point in Africa, is an hour or so on from here.
We're at 18,000 feet. The only guys who ever get to this level need engines and pressurized cabins to get here. We walked. This is like 45 kilometers from where we started. 45 kilometers! And you're at 18,000 feet. Yes, the air's thinner, it's cold, but you can breathe. And there are glaciers everywhere. We're almost there. But day's not over yet. We just finished 90% of it. Now I've got to get up there.
It's a little odd that a lump of rock on the rim of Kibo's crater, which is slightly higher than the hundreds of others around it, can be such a draw to thousands of trekkers every year. But when you're up here and you've walked so far, you can think of little else except getting to that famous landmark. I'm close now. I'm exhausted, and I have to stop frequently, but I can see the sign marking the peak in the distance.
talk about Kilimanjaro, more often than not, it's about stuff like this, getting to the top and then taking a bunch of pictures over there and game over. But the truth of the matter is, there is so much more to this glorious mountain, the highest freestanding one in the world. It's about time we explored it.
From the top of Africa, the only way for the team now is down. But we will be going off the tourist trail and attempting to show you some of Kilimanjaro's magical frozen landscapes and vanishing hidden treasures before it's too late.